We spent a lot of years in the military and we moved around a lot. And so the best way to get involved with the church was the church on the base. And so given the myriad of backgrounds, people that are in the military, you have a Protestant service and you have a Catholic service. So you don't have any specific details like, a little bit, something a little bit different because it's Lutheran, something's a little bit different because it's Presbyterian. You have a bunch of people that are learning to get along together and worship. I guess what we were used to is something that was very accepting and open to new ideas. There was, men, women, everybody served equally in a church. Anyway, come to 2008, we come to Renton for a new job, and we start looking for a church. And our search lasted almost 2 years. We went to almost 32 different churches. A lot of them were, going back several times. Some of them were pretty much immediately, not a fit for us. And the basic reason, even though we didn't know that at the time, was that there, and I'm sure this isn't just exclusive to the Renton area, but there's a lot of churches still that are very exclusive. We took a class to, like a new members form class, and we got all the way to the end of the class, and then they started talking about how women weren't allowed to be elders in this particular branch of the church. Women could teach Sunday school, but only through the age of grade school. Once they went to high school, kids had to be trusted to men. And so that was basically the gist of why it took us so long, because couldn't find that place that was inclusive and seemed to be accepting of everybody and more focused on the church and church business rather than, who its members were and how they were going to run business. We came to St. Andrews, and only after a couple of weeks it was fairly obvious that, there was not a lot of, there was female deacons, female elders, associate pastors. I mean, there was none of this other unusual choices that we had discovered on our search. And I'm not going to say that all 32 other churches were like that, and they weren't, but some of them were other reasons that most people don't, just seem to have a fit. And some were too big, some were obviously what's the kind word? They were kind of like stuck in their tradition, and they weren't really going anywhere. They were just kind of like spinning in a, in a stationary circle, So, and that's what we found different when we came to St. Andrews, was that, there was, people were doing things in the community, they were involved, they were inviting. I've never seen anybody that has come to this church that isn't as welcome as any other person, no matter, what they came, right? And so that's why we decided to make St. Andrews our home, and we've been very happy and glad that we did it.